Hello, my name is Anna Cox, and for my distance education lesson for Education 631, Foundations of Educational Technology and Online Learning, I am actually going to teach how to do a slideshow presentation in iPhoto on the Mac computer. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and down in our docking station, we are going to click on iPhoto, and I have my mouse moving over that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my iPhoto. Once I do that, my photos will pop up. And as you can see, I have that highlighted in my library right here. And I'm in an album titled Wedding. And we have uploaded these photos from an actual camera. Some choose to upload from an iPhone, and I'm sure there's other ways to upload pictures, but that's the most common here in my household is that we use the camera or the iPhone to upload our photos into our iPhoto on our Mac computer. The reason I am selecting the wedding photos is for one main reason, a question that I always get asked by my students because they are so young. They always ask, Miss Cox, are you married? And so I always kind of like to give them a little overview of myself, and I always use some of my wedding pictures, and they always get a real kick out of that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click over here in my left hand side, and what I have done from this actual album is created a wedding folder that has just selected these photos into an area that I can work off a little easier. So I'm actually going to click on this right here. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And from here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and select what photos we would like to put into our actual wedding slideshow. And as you can see, I'm just scrolling up and down, and that gives a variety of different pictures from our wedding showers and actual wedding day. So next, what I want to do is I just want to go ahead and select a handful of pictures to put into an actual slideshow. And so how we're going to do that is we're going to hold down the command button on the keyboard, and with our mouse we're just going to actually right click on each photo that we want to select, and I'm just going to go ahead and choose the first 10 right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and number 10. These photos, as you can tell, have actually been highlighted with a yellow box, meaning these are photos that I wanted to select for my actual slideshow. Now, as you can tell, I have 2 duplicates right here, and I don't necessarily need that, so I'm going to go ahead and unselect one, which will let me know that that photo will not be a duplicate in the slideshow. So how I'll unselect it is I'm going to hold down the command button, and from there I'm going to just click on the actual photo again using my mouse, and it has removed the yellow box, telling me that photo will no longer be put into the slideshow. So once I have collected the photos I want to use in the slideshow, I'm actually going to come over here to the left-hand side under slideshows, and I'm going to right click and make a new album. So let's go ahead and do that. And as you can tell, it has brought up the photos that I have selected to put into a slideshow. So from this point, we need to actually title the album. And right now it's called Untitled Album, but let's just go ahead and title that Sample Wedding. Okay. And once I do that, I know that my album has been named, and that is the album that I want to use for my actual slideshow. But now I have actually already created an album that has a little bit more pictures in it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and select on that one titled Sample Wedding Video. And this one gives a little bit more a variety of pictures from the actual wedding showers and wedding day itself. So once I have decided that these are the photos that I want to use, I'm going to come back over to my slideshow on my left-hand side of the screen, and I'm going to right-click again, and from there, we would make a new slideshow. What would happen is if I actually click on this, it'll ask me to name the slideshow again. And I have already proceeded to do that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and click on that slideshow that I've named right here. And again, it's just that sample wedding video. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And from here, you can see that it has created and formed a slideshow. And the first thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and create a text box naming our actual slideshow. Right now it's named Mrs. Cox's Wedding, but I'm going to change that just a little bit so it's relevant to our class. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and I will leave the title Mrs. Cox's Wedding, but I'm going to add that it's for Education 631. And that way I know that this is my distant learning plan for this actual class. So again, just to add a text or to make the text different, you would just actually right click on that and it'll bring up the box. And then if you want to remove, you can highlight and take away, or you can put your cursor and type something else in there. But I am okay with that, so I'm going to go ahead and unclick from there. The next thing I'm going to do is just check the order of my photos and make sure that I kind of like how they're placed. So I'm going to do this up here at the top of the screen. And I'm just going to kind of click through and just go through briefly and make sure that I like the photos, the way they're rearranged. But now, for instance, let's just say I don't really like this one here. Maybe I want to change it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it over to the right. And then it'll kind of change it around on my screen in a different order. And you can do that throughout the whole slideshow. So if I want this one to be placed in front of here, maybe I'll do something like that. Or if I want myself right here, getting ready for my wedding, maybe I'll put it there. So that just shows you how you can change the actual photos around. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to go down here at the bottom of the slide, and we're going to pick a theme. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And as you can tell, it'll bring up different themes for your slideshow. Right now, I have it on Scrapbook, which I like, and it's highlighted in blue. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it on that. And we're just going to make sure that, again, it is highlighted in blue, and we're just going to select Choose. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add another text box with a Bible verse, because I think that would be kind of nice to add into my slideshow. So as I'm scrolling through, I'm actually going to find a picture of my husband and I at our wedding. And here's a great one right here. And I'm going to go down again at the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to click for a text box. And right here, it'll come up. But I'm going to use the Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is patient, love is kind. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in here. So this is 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is patient, love is kind. And now I have an actual Bible verse in my slideshow that I think will be nice as it's kind of playing. And you can do that throughout the actual whole slideshow. Like for instance, if I wanted to add another text on this picture, I could just go ahead and put another text box. And this one I may want to say bridesmaids and groomsmen. And I may just put wedding photo fun. So again, it's very easy just to add a text throughout your slide. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add music to my slideshow. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my music tab down here. And this will pop up. From here, I'm going to select my source. And for me, I'm going to select iTunes. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Our wedding song was Me and You by Kenny Chesney. So I think that will be nice to add to the actual slideshow itself. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Me and You. And it should bring up, and it did, my artist, Kenny Chesney, and Me and You. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And once it's highlighted in gray, you can go ahead and select Choose. And now we're going to make sure that this has actually added to the wedding slideshow. And I'm going to do a click preview down here at the bottom of the screen. So let's go ahead and preview and make sure that the theme has and the music is added. Let's go ahead and preview.
I could ever let you go, even if I wanted to. Ordinary.
Okay, and once I realize that that has linked the music to the slideshow, at that point, the slideshow should be ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the very beginning of the pictures, and I'm just going to click on the first slide itself. And I'm going to do a play and just do a sample test of the actual slideshow. So let's go ahead and test that and make sure that the slideshow itself is working properly. So let's go ahead and press play.
Ordinary, no, really don't think so. Not in love this true.
Okay, and as you can tell, the slideshow was playing properly. So I have actually successfully created a slideshow within the iPhoto on my Mac computer. And this concludes my distance education lesson. Thank you so much.